Hey guys, all right. Had one crazy ass night and had a dream. Christ, not a lesson dream, but a sequence dream concerning. I don't know, I forgot. But anyway, and the sequence dream is it's about how I stand towards. Well, what he said was it's how I stand, how I feel towards power people. And I had the dream, and it was a doozy. I'm gonna tell you so you can relate it to your life and your dreams. Whatever. Turn it off if you don't like it. Anyway, so I'm here sitting at the computer watching Phoenix Enigma and Too Strong, stuff like that. Put it in the description. I will put it in the description. I just woke up half hour ago, so my speech ain't all there yet. And I only had a quarter cup of coffee. But anyway, I'm watching it. I'm really mellow. I'm about to go to bed at like 11 o'clock, cooking my food. I'm going to go to eat and go to bed. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, as I'm watching the screen on the computer, this thing, it's a Tiger Balm for your lips and skin and stuff, and it's sitting on the computer base, which is a little platform for Apple computers, and it's sitting there on the underneath the computer on the base, and the goddamn thing moved right at me. Went slid off the base of the computer, slid like that, and I'm like, did I just see that move? Did I just see that move? As I'm looking at it, it goes again, and I'm like, holy fuck! So I quickly grabbed my camera on my main camera, the Nikon, and I was trying to wait to see if it'll move again, and it didn't. So I got my phone camera, and I had to set it up between these Allen wrenches and coffee cup, I think. I had to. I fucking hate camera phones. You gotta be kidding me. I'm trying to balance this goddamn paper thin fucking phone on the table so it'll film this thing moving. It took me damn near 5 minutes to figure out how to do that. Then I had to get around the buttons. Every time you press it, the functions change. I don't even know how you're supposed to use a camera on it. And then when you're holding it, it's going shake, 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 shake. Fuck. Unbelievable. Anyway, I'm cooking my food, watching the video, waiting for this thing to move, hoping it'll move again. I ain't spiritually, I ain't seeing those entities. Nothing. No ghosts. Nothing. I couldn't figure that out. Then, after 45 minutes of video, nothing moved. So I turned it off and forget about it. And it stayed that way. It didn't move for the rest of the night. I lay down to go to sleep after I ate around midnight. And the whole time when it moved, my innocence and my spiritual innocence was telling JC what was going on so he could be tapped in. The thing is, as it moved and I started filming it, I was sitting there watching it. Something poked underneath my belly button, right where your fucking bladder is. poked me there. Then my hand got real hot. I know that's stupid energy stuff, but that's what happened. So there was something, but I couldn't see it. Now, I might have been at a different frequency spiritually, so you don't see as good as you want to. Like, I couldn't see the entity, but it touched me twice. I asked Christ if he got any information. He goes, "No, I didn't get any information." And that was that. He says, probably your own energy, your own soul is probably moving it. And I go, I thought of that. He goes, unless you got any other evidence, I really have nothing to go on. He was in me and he checked around, but didn't really do much. Anyway, then I pulled a muscle in my back 2 weeks ago, and it's a ligament connected to your backbone underneath your shoulder blade. So it's under my shoulder blade, and it's a ligament that runs down. I ripped that sucker damn near off the bone, carrying my mom's groceries up flights of stairs 2 weeks ago. And it's been hurting every week. I had to go to the doctor 4 times, the spiritual doctor. 4 times. Now, the thing is, when I ripped the ligament here in reality, spiritually, I ripped the skins around that, in the soul body, that are around that ligament. And the pain that's in the muscle comes out when the blood, the fluid shit from the rip comes up, goes into my jaw right here, goes up into my temple, and comes up my crown, the blood. So I had to go to the hospital 4 times upon going to bed, where he drains it. He takes out the blood. He's a doctor, spiritual doctor in the astral, St. Lucian. Sucks out the blood, gives you fucking morphine, and your teeth actually rattle like a tuning fork. When that energy, that blood hits your teeth, it rings. Your teeth ring like a tuning fork, and your whole fucking jaw is on fire. I'm dying. Christ takes me to the hospital. He starts tapping and he heals up. He sews up the hole, then starts sucking out the blood, the ectoplasm, skin rip stuff. I don't know what you would call it. That's the best I got. Anyway, the drugs really work, so instant relief. And but it's not. It's just fake, like morphine or something. As soon as that morphine wears off, it goes right back to hurting. So he keeps, the doctor, basically he just drains the poison, pus, skin, blood stuff out of your skins, sews up the hole, and pretty much after that it's gone, the pain. But oh my god, does it hurt like you wouldn't believe. Anyway, goddamn thing still hasn't healed. I'm pumping back protein powder and Advil and garlic juice to heal this thing up. Nothing, it ain't working. I go to bed last night, that's what happens. As soon as I lay down, and it hurt all damn day, so I know something was going on. As soon as I laid down, wham, right into my tooth. Oh, fuck. So I go to the doctor. He does all that stuff. It's like if you pull the muscle and while you stretch in the day, I rip the skin. I rip the skins open again. So, fuck. There's nothing that you can do. There's nothing you can do. Anyway, I ripped it during the day. Somehow, the skin around that ligament, spiritual skins. I'm trying to keep you in this reality, tell you where I am in the story so you know reality or spirit, soul, whatever. So, it's confusing. Anyway, that's done. I fall asleep. I wake up at 3. No. Yeah, I wake up at 3. And Priestess is talking in my head. And I had a dream, but I don't remember the first one. Now, Grace told me before I went to bed I was going to have a sequence dream, which is I told you about at the beginning. Then I'm like, I gotta get her out. I can't stand this. So I can't stand her talking. It's like a little hole right in my spine and where your body connects to your brain, your spine connects to your brain. There's a little hole, and there's a loogie comes in and down. That is where she speaks, right in the center of your goddamn head. Same spot all time. That is connected to my subconscious. She has a loogie in there, and she talks, and it's fucking loud as day. Now that was before. That was a couple weeks, a month ago. It's gone down considerably, a lot, because I've been letting her go, getting rid of all these things. But somehow she made it, and she's in there barking, and I'm like, fuck. So I am trying to pull it out. Christ takes me out of my insane illusion. He takes me into the illusion where the regent priests live. Now this is a different set of regent priests than the first regent priest that stole my seeds and gave me all them problems with the agency. The agency and the regent priests, they're spiritual. They live in the illusion astral world, in castles and buildings and shit. Anyway, he takes me to the regent priests. I want to go to the Legion, but they don't have guys and doctors there, and they don't really know how to take out fucking loogies. The regent priests do. So I'm there. Regent priest checks it out. Christ is in me, sees the problem going on, but Christ don't really want to mess with it. So he gets the regent priest. He took me there because they're pros and they know how to take a loogie out of your fucking head when the loogie is a priestess. So anyway, they're trying to take it out as they're discussing the problem, getting people to look at it, me, and see where this thing is. And this is a really small loogie, like fucking, like, oh. Anyway, it's really thin, and it's going in. I take my seeds and I shine the light on the spot where she's talking. Then I see this goddamn thing coming out like this, and it's coming out like this, and the loogie's going right down into the hole in the thing, and it goes right down. That's your subconscious. That's where my soul lives, down in there, in a different illusion. They're all illusions. Subconscious illusion. I've been down in there once, and there's rooms, beautiful rooms, nice, where my soul lives on a certain level. But the subconscious is talking to me through this, and it's a totally different thing. I don't really understand the subconscious yet. Everybody talks about subconscious on the internet. Fuck off. You don't know what the fuck you're talking. None of them match what I'm experiencing. So, there you go. Anyway, she's down in the subconscious. My subconscious talks to her. She's talking to my subconscious. It's between your brain, your soul, and your body. Now, she's in there all this time, and she wants my secrets, my skill sets, everything, and she's looking for something between us as Daniel Boone in a past life, and now she's looking for an answer. I don't know what it is. Crazy won't tell me. I don't know. All I want is her gone. So I finally shine the light on it. I move around back and forth. Finally, I see the loogie coming out the side. I grab that sucker and I start pulling it. And this fucking thing is so thin, it's thinner than a pencil, a wire, like really thin. And I grab it, and she's talking in there. She opened the porthole there too, in my head, in my brain, a porthole. If you know my story about portholes and what demons can do, well, I don't want that shit in my head. And I've been trying to get rid of it ever since. So I pull the guy, make a long story short, I isolate the loogie, find the loogie, and I start pulling it out of this subconscious hole down the well, down the well. You know, like they always say in the movies, rabbit hole, which is subconscious. So I'm pulling the fucking thing out of me. I'm pulling it. I get to the end, and I pull it out, and I get to the end, and there's a weight on the end of it, like a weight with teeth. And I go, Christ, here, take it. Bam, give it to Christ. What the weight was? Well, it goes down in the subconscious. She put a grappling hook, a weight grappling hook on the end of it to anchor it down there, so she always has access through this loogie into my subconscious. That's why that weight is on there. I get rid of that one. The priests are checking it out. Everything's cool. And I go, I'm going to check for more, because when there's one, there's more. Sure as shit. Within 15 minutes of me looking for more, because they're out of phase. You got one loogie going in, you find the phase of it, you pull it out, and there's another one there, and you got to find the phase. How I found it was she was pulling the loogie. Priestess was pulling the loogie way off in another town in the astral world. There's another town. I'm fixed in St. Lucian. She's in wherever, and she's pulling that. She's pulling, but I can't see the loogie. So I have to go up and down, phase shift, to find the loogie that's going into my subconscious. And I do. I don't know if it was up or down, but I found the goddamn thing. And I shone the light on it, and I chanted, release me, release me, release me, release me, release me. And so finally, it comes into view. I start pulling it out, like the last one. You don't believe this. As I'm pulling it out, it gets stuck and it won't come out anymore. And I'm not looking down the hole, but I can see at the end of the loogie, because I'm looking at the loogie, and I follow down right where the hole is, where the loogie goes into. There are four or five walls, four or five black squares, and they look like pieces of paper. But I know those are walls in a room in my subconscious. The loogie, she created them through the loogie, the walls in my subconscious. So I fucking just reef it. I don't even care. I pull it out, reef it, and there's four walls all broken up, stuck together at the end of this loogie. And I give it to Christ, and he goes, those are walls to a room. And I go, I know. So I go, can you get the floor and the roof or the rest of the walls on my subconscious before they get stuck in me somewhere? Anyway, I bitched about that, because all this shit was supposed to be done with the Regent Priest and Christ. But I'm the one who's fucking doing it when I'm supposed to be in La La Land sleeping. right? Anyway, you gotta take care of yourself. Don't totally depend on everybody. Anyway. Holy fuck. So it's like 4 o'clock now. I pull this goddamn thing out. It's got walls to a room. So she's fucking living in my subconscious, going through all my shit, doing whatever she wants on certain levels. This is all spiritual, this part. Anyway, I pull that fucking thing out. I do more searching because there's one, there's more. This is the second one I pulled out of my subconscious. Find another one. I'm too tired to pull it out. I get the priest. I take the priest with my soul hands. I go, give me your hand. I wave my hand like that in my soul. I take his hand and I make it. He goes, I don't see it. And I go, wait a minute, you'll get it. So his hand is passing through the loogie and he's got a phase shift. So I match my phase for what I see because I'm holding on to the loogie here. The priest is like, I don't see it. I don't feel nothing. I'm like, shut up. Give me a minute. So crazy man. I phase shift his hand to match mine. And he grabs on the loogie. He goes, I got it. And I go, cool. So he's got it now, and he's slowly pulling it out. And I go, I'm going to sleep. I'm really tired. So he's pulling it out. And then after that, I go into this dream about the sequence dream. I don't know how much time passed before he pulled out the loogie and I had my dream. But Christ is inside me. I'm in the manger, or he's just inside me, gives me the dream. And what he does is he'll give you something to trigger. He'll give you a scenario. And that scenario is what are you going to do in this scenario? Now you will react spiritually in your dream to what the situation is he gives you. Don't ask me how he does it, but he does it. And that's how they know what your problems are. Holy shit. Anyway, this all has to do with me, my makeup. And it has to do with Daniel Boone. It has to do with life, how you view it. Anyway, boom, I'm in this dream. And I'm living in a little house. This is a dream now, but it's Christ's dream that he gives me to see the reaction, my reactions, and how I deal with the situation. I'm in this house, and there's about 10, 20 people also living in this house. And I go outside, and I'm on a flat car of a train. And this flat car on a train has rooms to it. And there's a building on the ground that has a house on the ground beside the train tracks. We all live here, and it's all isolated from the rest of the world. Soon, I realized that we were attacked by an extraterrestrial species. The species is head crabs. It looks like a tick, like a deer tick or a wood tick. They all look like that, but they're about this big. I don't know, the softball size. And they hide in the dark but if they touch you, their skin is deadly. If they even touch you, you die. Well, turns out the whole world's almost dead. The whole population is dead. We isolated this group of people and me isolated ourselves the best we could on a train car. We built walls. We built a makeshift fucking house on this train car, and we're trying to get the locomotive to move. The rest of the city we're in or nearby, everybody's dead except for people, the last survivors of this world. And there are pockets, because we're talking to them on the radio, of other survivors that are isolated also. So there's isolated groups of people all over the fucking world, but they're so far away, and we can't walk down a goddamn street without these things jumping at us. As soon as they touch you, you're dead. That's the dream. I'm in there, and there's other people with me, and there's this. I hear this scream, so I run down, and it's in the bathroom. I run down, and the little kid comes out of the bathroom, and he or she, little kid, like no more than 7, goes, "I seen when I went in that hole." And I'm like, "Okay, man, I'll check it out. I'll go and I'll check it out." I go, "You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Everywhere you look, you gotta be careful. You look before you go to the bathroom in every little corner." Now we made sure there was no stuff laying around, boxes and things, because they hide in and around the boxes, and on the roof and the back of the toilet. And so we tried to keep as much crap in the building, less crap in the building as we possibly can, keep it outside. And so anyway, kid walks in, went in a hole. So there's a hole in the wall down at the side of the toilet. I guess we were gonna put a pipe in there, but there's a hole. So somehow I seen it moving, and I took a fucking screwdriver, and I have gloves on, like plastic gloves and a plastic coat, mask on in case it got spray, anything from this, any piece of this creature touches your skin, you die. So I'm covered myself. I go under a screwdriver and I see it and I fucking kill it. And I dump some powder on it, fucking cement, lime, or something to isolate and keep it there, and then close it off with duct tape, just so nothing else from that dead creature will touch us while we're going to the toilet, right? So that's what I did. I walk outside, tell everybody what happened, and I go out in the train car, and I want to observe these creatures to find out their living, how they live. I want to find out, do they like the sun? Do they hide in the dark? Are they prominent at night? Are they prominent at night? How do they mate? How do they eat? Nobody knows this. So I want to find out what they know. Do they like the cold weather? Do they like the hot weather? What's their predators? Do they eat each other? Do they fight over food? Shit like that. These are things you gotta know. And they're not even sentient. They're just fucking bugs. Like a bug. But you gotta understand its nature so you can adapt to it and avoid the fucking problems. And this is the world I live in. So that's what I'm doing most of the time. I'm taking care of killing these fucking things when they're seen. Other people don't even want to do that. But I know everybody has their own way. They're survivors, but they still have their own way. Some are scared shitless. Some won't do nothing. They all got their own problems. They got to come to terms with it in their own head. They're all fucking grieving because everybody they knew in their whole life is dead. And this is what I'm thinking. So the guys that I know had the same problems also, but they step up to take care of the situation. I'm one of those guys. I'm just doing it so I can learn, so I can tell everybody else, find out fucking truths about this species. Like, oh, don't go out at night, they love it. Or don't go in the day, they love the heat. Oh, we have to move to somewhere where it's a colder climate. You know, they don't like the cold. Stuff like that. Survival shit. It's pretty basic. So days go by, we're all just living. No one goes on the ground outside. The house is on the ground. We store our food in there, stuff we can't put on the fucking train car because we're all living on this goddamn flat car and we're trying to get the locomotive to work. Other people know how to make the locomotive. There's all the races, Chinese, black folk, white folk, Chinese folk, Chinese people, and everything in between are living on this train car. There's about 20, 30 of us. We're all living on this flat car. And in the day, we go try to get food, scrounge food. All the food in this area has been scrounged. We gotta get this goddamn train moving. So go find more fucking food. And you can't walk down the goddamn street because these things just hop out of the grass and jump on you and you're dead. Fucking bodies of flies from here to the horizon of dead people. And this is just starting. So I understand we gotta get the train moving. I know a little bit about how the trains work. So I tell other guys that know more of this shit than I do about electronics and diesel gas locomotives. Fuck. They are trying to get this thing working. None of them are having anything to know about trains, but they know systems and engines. I don't, man. I'm taking care of the people here. And everybody's just doing their own part, their own skill set, doing what they got to do. Oh my God. Then, as I'm out there daydreaming, or observing the creatures that are on the ground out there, and I'm watching what other species native to this earth does it interact with? What native species on this earth affects that species, kills that species, or whatever? You gotta observe it. So that's what I'm observing. Okay, it could be anything from a bird shit to a fucking rat lice. Lice on a rat. It could be anything that kills this. You can't really observe fucking bacteria and viruses in the environment. So unless you know, you see it instantly die from something, or you can observe it through a microscope. I can't do that. We can't do that. We're just trying to survive, looking for food. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. At the end of the day, everybody comes back on the flat car. They brought the food with them. We're all gonna eat and everything. After we eat, all of a sudden, this girl stands up, and she's a black girl. And specifically because Christ wants to see how I'm gonna react to a black woman doing this. She's been helping out, no question, telling people what to do. And she's got the skill set to do that. Do this, just like I'm doing, just like everybody's doing within their own skill set. Everybody's surviving through their own skill sets. So when we need something done, you get the people with the skill sets to do that. So people can shoot guns real good. You get them to go with other people to search for food. And that's the way we've been operating. Just by skill set and survival. Nobody knows how to do what I'm doing, so I'm doing it, observing the species and taking care of the kids and doing everything, basically. Everything I'm good at, except the locomotive. I don't know how to run a locomotive, but we're on this goddamn train car. Anyway, and I can kill things. I can shoot. I got a gun. I got a knife. It's not even a knife. It's a fucking stabber for holes. I remember that. Anyway, because the damn things live in the hole. in the walls under a log. You ain't gonna stick your arm in there. The people that go out are wearing raincoats, plastic gloves, face coverings, because you pop these little fucking, you pop the guts, and the gut sprays on you, you're dead instantly. Not so much instantly, but you die. It's pretty much instant. Then you gotta stay away from the dead bodies. And these things don't even eat what they kill. They don't even kill it. It's not where they came to our world. These ticks things come to our world. Them touching us and us dying is just a natural effect. They have no hunting ability. They just do whatever they do, and they jump on us. Maybe like your dog jumps on your lap, but we die. Cause and effect. So something about this species kills humans. And there's no intent involved. It's just the nature of nature. From one planet to another, or something like that. This girl, after we're done sitting around lounging, drinking beers, trying to figure out what we gotta do for the next day, she all of a sudden stands up and she pulls "I am woman, hear me roar" bullshit. She goes on and says, "I am getting it done." Someone fucked up during the day and pissed her off because she gave an order for this person to go out there. That person didn't follow orders, pissed her right off. She goes, "I know what's going on. I know what's going on. I know what I'm doing." And so fucked up and almost got us fucking killed. Broke the rules. I'm like, what fucking rules can you possibly get out of this? Number one. She goes, "I am the leader of this group of people. I will be your leader. I have the skill sets to do it. You just got to follow my orders." And I'm like, oh, fuck. Here we go. Here we go. So she's ripping off like that, like some LGBT community bullshit. "I am el presidente." That's what she's going off like. And I'm like, so I asked some innocent questions. Who voted you in as a leader? My skill sets, and I observed this and that over the time that I know what I'm doing and you fucking don't. And I'm going, really? And I'm like, okay, hey, you gotta be leader. No one fucking challenged her. No one. She looks like fucking Harris up there. Kaka Harris. I can't say the name or my video gets pulled. So she's up there and she's got that attitude like, I'm the leader of fucking a group. I don't know if you know. I know it. And other dreams, there's guys that are doing the same thing. Guys are worse because you got to kill that guy before he gives up power. But she's taking on that persona. And that persona says, we're all going to die in the near future because we're her fucking fodder. You go out there and do it. I ain't doing it. You want to eat, you got to do it, even if it kills you. That's what I don't like that leadership. So I looked over at my friend, maybe a girlfriend. Nobody's challenging her, nobody. And I looked at her and go, the first chance we get, we're jumping ship. We're fucking out of here. And I go around to all the people. I go myself. I went to every person in the group and told them, I'm fucking out of here. First chance I get. Now I can't leave. I'm getting ready I want to leave right fucking now. I'm like, nobody's fucking gonna tell me how to fucking function in my life, let alone some fucking chick with a fantasy of power. Nope. So days go by and I can't jump ship yet. And I told everybody I'm jumping ship, and I'll let you know when it's the best time to go. I don't want to play leader, but I don't want them to die. I go, it's your fucking choice, totally 100%. Take your kids, be under the leadership of the woman. It has nothing to do that she's a woman. I go, if it was a guy, I'd do the same goddamn thing I'm doing. But because she proclaimed in herself and her own egomaniac power structure, I ain't fucking gonna die for her. I go, you gotta learn that lesson yourself. I know it. I learned it. And I'm not doing it. I can take care of myself just fine out there with nobody. I'll do better out there by myself than here with military enforcement, her, government enforcement, her, police enforcement, her, decision making, her. Nope. Nope. Who gets to eat in what order? That's where it's all going. She's a dictator. She just did it, and I can feel it. I know that. I've been here. I've been here. And I ain't fucking doing it again. I don't know where I know it, how I learned it, and what past life I learned it, but I know this. So I challenged her once. Nobody reacted. She barked at me. I said, okay, wait, I bow out. Fuck you. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm going to walk out of here. You let me? Cool. If you don't, I shoot you. But I'm leaving. And I didn't do anything. The guys are working on the locomotive. Finally, we got the locomotive running. We all start trucking down the train tracks, so I am looking for a place that I can go and survive, and they can take the train and fuck off. All these people, because I'm done with it. Poor little kids gotta die. Oh well. We're going down the tracks. We got a map, some kind of railroad map. I'm following it, and I go up ahead. The train switch. The train tracks there's a switcher on the train tracks. At the switch, that line goes to this town. That line goes to this town. I go, anybody? Has she told you any? Has she told all you people which town it goes to? Which town will be best? Has she told you that? You don't even want to hear my word. You don't even want to hear it. So this town goes to Dallas, Texas. This line goes to Dallas, Texas. This line goes to a little farming community out in fucking Happy Land, wherever. I go, where do you want to go? Has she told you this? All you people, you fucking people? Has she told you that? I go, what are your choices? Is she telling you this? What are your choices? I go, see what she's doing already? She already got you killed. If she goes to Dallas, you're fucking done. If she goes here, you might live a little longer. So why don't you make a decision? Has she even gave you the fucking option to voice your opinion? To know the knowledge she has? She has the knowledge of the trains, but she hasn't told you a fucking thing. And I'm challenging the people. You better fucking, your life is counting on it. You better shut her the fuck up. You all better shut her. I'm telling all of them and her. You all better fucking shut up. We all have certain skill sets. We work as a group. No one has ultimate power over the group. Period. All knowledge, all fucking of this species and what's going on, everything learned day by day is on the fucking table for everybody to decide what they got to do. You don't have to be. Then the bullshit question. Well, I think she's been doing a good job. And I'm like, did you know not to go to? Did you know that train was going to Dallas? She didn't say a goddamn thing. So this is what I'm bitching at all the people about. And I said, look, I'm leaving. First chance I get. So we come to the fucking train track switcher. We don't even know where we're going. We're going to go left or we're going to go right to the big city or left to the smaller farming community out yonder. Nobody did anything. I had my backpack, my fucking survival gear. See ya. I jumped off the train and I switched the track for them. And I said goodbye. Nobody came with me. The train fucking went to the farming community. I go, when I was talking to people, I go, that's just one fucking problem. That you gave someone your life to make decisions for you. That is just one problem. You got 1,000 more every fucking hour. And she's in control of it all. You gotta watch out for people like this because they're gonna fucking kill you. And they don't even care as long as they survive. She's using you so she can survive, but she's putting it in terms of fucking politics and decision making like she knows what she's doing. She wanted to fucking kill me. Her fucking eyes were burning into my soul. And I go, you know what? I'm gonna fucking kill you right now if you fucking come at me. Cause I got no time for this shit. I go, we had a good thing going here where everybody worked together within their skill set to keep the fucking whole alive, to keep the group alive. But you gotta fucking trump all that, and now you fucked up everything, and you're gonna kill everybody as you run away with the Snickers bar. You son of a bitch. So I switched the track because they wanted to go to the farming community. Because I told them going to the big city, they're going to be dead because there's other gangs that live in the city, probably every goddamn building, and they want your shit, and they're going to fucking kill you before they even look at you. Oh my God, is he right? Fuck you, see ya. I told them all to fuck off. I got no time for fucking life and death on stupid decision making over some power structure bitch. But the dream was, how do I react to a black woman giving me fucking orders? I bowed out. I said my truth and I left. That's it. That's all that happened. The whole thing was survival. The dream Christ gave me, that was the dream. And I fucking aced it. No judgment calls. Goodbye. Well, judgment in myself. But I didn't fucking scratch anybody. I saved a little kid yesterday in the toilet, fixed the fucking problem, killed the beast, sealed the fucking hole. I'm getting food. I'm doing all the stuff for the whole group of people. But then one chick had to play I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar, and take control over everything. I told everybody I'm fucking leaving. And I did. Peace be with you. Fucking bye-bye. And they all fucking, I know what's going to happen. Been there 1,000 times. You're all going to die. My problem, I'm not going to sit here and watch these little kids die. And I'm not going to sit here and watch you fuckers die. And I run around trying to save you. Well, she's doing the opposite. And that could be a guy, girl, or an ET. It don't fucking matter what. As soon as you start playing fucking political hero, fucking whatever, I am the leader. That's it. I'm out of there. And that's the way it is. And that's what the governments are doing to us right now. Put on your mask. All right, long enough video. Gotta go, guys. So, Christ's dream, sequence dream on how you react in certain situations. Most people, I think Christ was assuming my ego will go, you ain't fucking power, I'm in power. Right? That's what he expected. But I just bowed up. Said, fuck you all. I go live in the woods by myself. I don't need any of you fuckers. Yeah, so I switched the tracks. In the dream, I switched the track to the woods, the farmland, farming communities, small cities. I jumped. I never got back on the train. They just drove away. End of the dream. And that's what Christ wanted to see. As the fuck is Regent Priest for pulling a loogie out of my head. Unbelievable, man. All right, guys. Talk to you later.